Oh my gosh, guys, this is absolutely insane. I'm freaking out right now. Like, I don't know what to do with myself. You guys are not gonna believe this. This is crazy. Okay, so, right now, there is a Transformers movie in theaters that doesn't suck. It's a Christmas miracle. I don't know how else this could have happened. Please, join me together as we praise our Lord and Savior, Daddy Sakurai.
You're welcome, my child. Because you appreciate my gifts, you may go forth and play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, for you are blessed.
I will, my lord. I will. So Bumblebee isn't terrible. It's not great, but it's pretty good, all things considered. I mean, that's not saying much when you compare it to literally every other one of these movies.
I am directly below! Enemy scrotum!
Instead of Michael Bay, this movie was directed by Travis Knight, the CEO of Leica, a studio that has managed to bump out some pretty quality stuff over the past few years, despite really only having one financial success. Probably because his dad is the co-founder of Nike, but that's just me speculating. He does bring a bit of that Leica charm over to a franchise that's never really had any charm to begin with. Unless you count well-respected actor John Turturro getting pissed on by a robot. John, just... why do you do this to yourself, man? It feels like it was actually made by a human being instead of a bunch of dudes in suits. There's some cool shots here and there, the action's pretty well done. I can actually see what's going on, my god!
Everything's so clear! I can see!
I can!
Watch a Transformers movie without getting a migraine.
But there's plenty of room to let the characters breathe, and it never gets in the way of the story. For better and for worse. Towards the middle, things really start to take their time, and you begin to wonder when the giant robot is gonna blow something up again. I love a well-realized plot as much as the next guy, but it's not like this movie is super deep or anything. I mean, it's E.T. But he's a robot. Seriously, there's a couple points in the movie that just straight up rip off E.T. beat for beat. I feel like if the movie had at least a couple more original elements, it wouldn't have felt as slow. What's there is good, I've just seen it before. And that's not to discount the stuff that it does do well. Haley Steinfeld, for example, is a pretty compelling lead. I was a little iffy on her performance at first, but by the end, I completely bought that she had an emotional connection to a computer-generated robot, and I understood the growth the character went through. Compared to Shia LaBeouf, who uses Bumblebee mostly to get laid with Megan Fox, and there's really no convincing relationship outside of that, and also does... that. John Cena gives kind of a weird performance though. Half the time he seems to know what movie he's in and plays up the ridiculousness, but then for the other half he tries to take his role seriously, but he's not a very good actor, so it just comes off as out of place. Then there's this other guy who shows up like halfway through the movie who's fine, but he doesn't really do enough to validate his existence. Bumblebee's basically just a cute robot. He does all the things you'd expect him to do. He gets curious, he breaks stuff, he gets confused about Earth customs, all the things you'd expect out of this type of movie. And honestly, that's kinda it. There are a couple more things I could mention, like a few plot inconsistencies that could have been fixed with a tighter script, or the genuinely fantastic bits that take place on the Transformers home planet Cybertron. Everything in these sequences is perfect, from the character designs to the sound design, the effects. It's exactly what a Transformers movie should be stuffed into with some amazing sequences, for the 30 seconds they last. I could also mention how it pretty much breaks the series continuity, but who cares? It was only a matter of time before they hit peak X-Men anyway. Honestly, if it were up to me, I just reboot everything and start over from here, and I don't think anyone would have a problem with that. Bumblebee is just a light, fun movie that anyone can get behind, and I implore you all to go see it so that we can restart this franchise with the soul it should have had to begin with. Because looking at those box office numbers, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna give it like a 6 out of 10. I mean, it's not much, but for what it is, it's pretty good. And I really do hope the franchise continues in this direction moving forward. But if they brought back Shia LaBeouf, I don't think I'd be too angry with that, because, I mean, he doesn't get a lot of work, and he's not doing too well, alright?
Running for your life from Shia LaBeouf, he's brandishing a knife, it's Shia LaBeouf, lurking in the shadows. Hollywood superstar Shia LaBeouf, living in the woods, Shia LaBeouf, killing for sport, Shia LaBeouf. Eating all the bodies, actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Hold those.
John, please.